Welcome to Addicted to Real Estate TV. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the anatomy of a flip, part 2. So stick around, I'm going to give you some good tips.
To say you gotta know somebody, or know somebody to get somewhere these days. To say you know that's alright, yeah that's alright. Cause you know that's alright with me. Yeah, you know that's alright, yeah that's alright. Cause you know that's alright.
I'm Phil Falcone, your host of Addicted to Real Estate TV. Today's episode was sponsored by Executech Suites, a 47-unit full-service office building in Huntington Valley that provides everything you need for one person to have an office for only $495 a month. Check them out at the website below or the phone number above. Okay, today I want to talk about some different things about flips. I've already done one video where I talked a little bit about a flip, and I quickly realized that there's no way in one 10-minute video I could cover flips. So I decided to make part 2, and who knows how many more are coming. Depends on what I'm inspired by. One of the things I could talk about today is how I do it, okay? Let's start with where I find them. There's lots of ways to find deals today. Quite frankly, if you're having trouble finding deals today, then you really need to read some books, go to some seminars, get some education, because deals are falling off of trees like ripe apples, in my opinion. All you got to do is get a basket, walk under a tree, and start picking up the apples. That is the truth. They're out there. If you're not finding them, you just don't know how to find them. One way I find them is I am a realtor, so I search the MLS in the areas I'm interested in buying constantly. And when a good deal comes up, I know it immediately, okay? And I make a move on it. And that makes things easy for me in one respect, but if you're not a realtor, then just work with someone who knows the real estate market. Find somebody who's an investor. A lot of these deals, I watch not just the price and the neighborhood, but I watch how long they've been on the MLS. And when I see that they're sitting a long time and I see that the price is dropping, if you're a realtor, you can set up a search that will let you know anytime the price changes on any property in an area you're focusing on. So as I see that property, oh, there it is again. Oh, it comes up next month. There it is again. Price keeps coming down. And if they're aggressively lowering the price, I know I got a motivated seller. I go right after that guy, and I make them terrible offers, and I don't make those offers in writing. I call and I just say, here's the deal, I'm Phil Falcone, here's what I'm offering, call me if you're interested. And only then will I write it up. So that's something that I do a lot of. Marketing direct to the sellers is a terrific way to do it, because there's tons of people in these neighborhoods who want to put their house up for sale, who want to sell their house, but they're not even listing it on the MLS because they don't want to be number 27 in their neighborhood who's for sale. But that's a vast topic which we could talk about some other time. An easiest way that I find things is I pick them right off the MLS. I call signs in the neighborhoods. I really like to focus on small geographic areas. And I go to all the open houses, I call all the signs, I call all the realtors, I call all the realtors who are real players in that area, who got their fingers involved in dozens of deals, and I get them to feed them to me. And what you can do a lot of times is you can get on the phone with the bank if it's a foreclosure and start negotiating a short sale. If you don't know about short sales, you really need to learn. Personally, I don't like negotiating short sales, but I have done a number of deals where I've gotten other people to do the negotiating for me. Maybe it was the listing agent. Maybe it was another investor, and I paid him a fee for putting it together. Maybe it's a short sale company. But another great, so that's something that you can do, okay? You can definitely got to learn something about short sales. Another way I'm buying properties is from REO companies. If a property goes to a sheriff's sale and it is not foreclosed on, the bank ends up, it's foreclosed on, but no investor buys it, no end user buys it. The bank ends up taking it. It goes to a listing agent, which is real estate offering, or real estate offer. There's a number of different explanations for that acronym, REO, but who cares? The real estate offering, the REO company, whoever's listing it, he already knows that the bank's going to get hit hard. And if you were at that sheriff's sale like I do, because I go to a lot of sheriff's sales, I already know what the upset price was that they offered at the sale. So I already know what their bottom line sort of is. And then you can work with the REO agent. There's a lot of different tricks that you can do with them. After you do a few deals with these guys, you'll start to understand their mentality. And I buy a lot of properties from these guys. The price that I get from REO agents very often tends to have a wide range to work with. So if you're smart, maybe you give up your commissions to the guy, to the REO agent. Let him earn on both sides of the transactions is a terrific way to get to the bottom end of that range where you can get the property cheaper. But another great way that I buy properties is just from talking to people. I network with everybody. I'm addicted to real estate, hence the name of my book, Addicted to Real Estate, Why I Can't Stop and Why You Should Start. I'm constantly talking to people all the time. I'm networking constantly. Why? Because real estate's on my mind all the time. I go to meetings, I meet wholesalers, I meet short sale people, I meet deals are coming to my email inbox. It's like insanity. I can't even read them all. I'm getting over 200 emails a day now. It's bizarro. I have a LoopNet account. You can find commercial deals that way. I have a CoStar account. I find deals that way. The information about real estate deals is just all over the place. Okay, so why don't we talk a little bit about I've now got the deal, I financed the deal, now how am I going to put it together? Okay, I usually finance my own construction, meaning that I may borrow the money from the bank to do the construction, but that money usually doesn't cover the kind of construction I do. My philosophy on construction is big time. I overdo everything. 42-inch cabinets, granite countertops, ceramic tile floors, real hardwood floors, the best of everything. If I'm looking to sell the house, it's the best of everything. If I'm looking to rent the house, then I bring down the quality of the construction big time. I certainly don't want to be putting granite countertops and $3,000 cabinets in a property that I'm going to rent to somebody for 10 years because, let's face it, they're going to end up doing some serious wear and tear, if not destroying the place. If it's going to be a rental, it's a whole different philosophy. But when we're talking, this video is primarily about flips. And if it's a flip, I'm doing it high end. Now what does happen sometimes is plan A is to sell the house, plan B is to rent it. So if I can't sell it, I end up having some pretty nice stuff inside of a rental property. But that's the breaks. I mean, I can't take out granite countertops and drop them in other houses. So once you make those decisions, you kind of have to live with it. But the way that I put my flips together is I use a series of people who work for me, and I use a series of outside contractors. Generally, I use outside contractors to do the plumbing, to do the flooring, to do the roof, to do the electrical work, because I want a licensed electrician to be doing electrical work. Great way to get yourself in trouble if you're going to do that yourself. I say that's a no-no. And then the easy stuff, like all the painting, all the drywall, all the cleaning, all the rehab, building shelves in basements, hanging closet doors, and all that kind of stuff, fixing windows and things like that. I have people who work for me directly who do that. So I use a combination of my own workers and outside contractors. I definitely think that my own workers definitely save me a lot of money. If I hired a contractor to do everything, that's a good way to do it too. I mean, it's quick, it's clean. You get one big insured contractor who goes and buys all the supplies and everything, and if you do things the way that I generally do it, I have to go out and buy the supplies, but I don't necessarily mind that. You're talking about a day or two of work. I put together a big list. I already know everything I'm going to buy. I go to Lowe's, I go to Home Depot, I go to some contractors where I buy kitchen cabinets and stuff, but primarily I buy almost everything from, in a particular field, I might buy almost everything from Lowe's and then use just a few outside contractors for kitchen cabinets and countertops and things like that. So what I do there, I'll just have a massive delivery from Lowe's come to the house with $6,000 worth of stuff. And they never, ever have everything all in the store at the same time. But it's easy for me to pick out the stuff because I already have all the SKU numbers. So what I do is I go to the contractor's desk and I have these pre-filled out sheets. And I just go, I need 6 of these doors, I need 3 of these vanities, I need this, I need that. I just give them a big giant list of 6-digit SKU numbers. Same thing at Home Depot, same thing at Lowe's. And then they just start bringing everything that they have. When it comes to ceramic tile, I grab all these discount stacks at the ceramic tile area. I'm sure you've seen them if you've been in Lowe's and Home Depot. They both have it. Sometimes they have 2,000 square feet of a particular tile laying around. And, I might take 1,000 square feet of it if I'm doing multiple flips. I know I'm going to use it. Throw some in the vestibule area, throw some in the kitchen floor, throw it in the bathroom floors. I even use 12 by 12 tiles sometimes to do the tub surrounds. You don't have to get all these little fancy tiles. It looks great that way. And one of the things I do with my plumber is pretty unique. My plumber brings everything. All right, so what I do is I gut a bathroom completely. Pick up the phone, call the plumber. He brings the tub. He doesn't bring the vanity. I supply the vanity and the top, but he brings all the faucets. He brings all the fixtures. He brings the toilet. He brings the tub. He just brings it. I work a deal out with him. These plumbers get great deals on this stuff. I tell him, look, come on, you can mark it up a little bit, but you got to go easy on me. That way I don't have to order things from Lowe's. I don't have to haul anything myself. My plumber just brings it, installs it. He's coming to the house anyway. He's coming with 2 guys, so what's the big deal if he's got to take a tub out of the back of the truck and bring it into the house and install it? It's no big deal. So if you give a plumber a lot of business, that's something you can do that's a great deal. Then, after the rough plumbing is done, we go and finish the house. So I'm a tile guy, does the tub surround, then you bring in the vanity, and your electrician wires the lights, and then your plumber comes back and does a final plumbing. And I don't specify anything. He just brings all the fixtures, all the faucets, everything that he needs. He just brings it. And what makes that sweet too is since he provided it, if you end up renting the house and 2 years down the road something breaks, something leaks, the plumber's got all the parts for it because he's using the kind of supplies that he recommends. He gets it all from the plumbing supply house. These guys get amazing deals on things. So you definitely want to try that technique. I use a guy who does all the flooring. So I have a separate guy who does the ceramic tile. Then I have another guy who comes in and he does all the carpet, all the hardwood floors. And it's all just done for me. I don't need to even think about that. He knows what colors I want, what kind of flooring I want. So the guys who work for me go in, they paint, they do some accent colors, and then the contractors just come in and bang it out. It's a nice little system, and after you've done a few, you get used to it. And if you can do the stuff yourself, especially if you're small and getting started, I recommend you do that. I've done a ton of construction work in my life, and it's made me much better at hiring people and making decisions about what kind of supplies I need, because in many ways I'm an expert construction guy. So that's some of the ideas I want to share with you on today's video. If you like this explanation about flips and the tips and the ideas that I'm giving you, you definitely should go to addicted2realestate.com. That's my website right there. I have a free TV show with lots of great tips that come out. I have free investor forums. One of them is called the Equity Tracking Chart, where you can list all your properties and keep track of how much equity you're accruing each month. So you can see your net worth accumulating each month. Helps you to get pumped and excited about the great business of real estate. I also have a free application on there that I use, and I'll be changing the forums from time to time, so I'll be putting different stuff up there. And of course, while you're there, I want you to buy my book, Addicted to Real Estate, Why I Can't Stop and Why You Should Start. It would take me 1,000 videos to put all the ideas that I put into that book. I busted my butt to make sure that that book has as many good ideas as I could possibly think of. And I don't waste time giving you a big fluffy story about things. I get right to the point. Do this, this is why you should do it. This is how I did it. I tell you stories about the deals I've done. It's a great book which gets right to the point and helps out my investor friends to start making some real money. There's never been a better time in real estate than there is right now, guys. So let's get busy, let's get addicted, and let's start buying real estate. I'm Phil Falcone. Thanks for listening.